Hello, and thank you all for being so patient while I was away. Not that there's anybody out there, I think. This is my sort of Wednesday evening stream. It's a new thing. Put it on Discord there. I thought I'd do like at least one night a week where, the people from my hemisphere can jump in if they want, or in my time zone. Even though we do have daylight saving here in Australia, well, except for the state I'm in Queensland, we don't have daylight saving because they tried it once, and all the cows went off their milk and the curtains faded and all that sort of stuff. So they don't have the extra hour of sunlight, obviously. But as we know, that's not actually true. You just move the clock. God doesn't care what's going on when you're with the clocks. Anyway, so so I'm thinking that I'll do like a Monday stream or Wednesday stream, and then something on the weekend. Probably Monday I'll do Monday morning my time, which means it's evening for those of you in North America. And I thought I'll do a Wednesday night stream, which is at least once a week for those of us here in Australia or in my time zone. And then probably a Saturday or Sunday morning. Saturday or Sunday. That was very Aussie of me, wasn't it? Saturday, Sunday. Either a Saturday or a Sunday morning. Probably both. Depends what my weekend's like. I haven't done any long form content, as you know. If you've been following me, I've been away. So I want to thank you all for indulging me and allowing me to have a week off as I went down to see the family. Getting a bit. My mother-in-law's getting on now, so every chance we get, we try to go down and see her because she's 93 in January. So she's obviously at that time where things could happen. So we sort of, got to make sure that we go and see her. So what's been happening out there? I hope you're all out-leveled me. I had jumped on quickly last night and played for about a couple of hours. I think I'm at almost 63, or I just dinged 63, I think. You're probably all 70 and already starting to do mythics and stuff like that. But anyway, we'll see. So I don't know what we're going to do today. I'm waiting for more people to jump in. And if you are out there, please feel free to jump in and enjoy the chat. You may notice I've moved. Well, you're not going to see, but I've moved my second monitor over here, so all I have to do is sort of just duck down off the camera like that to look down at it, because before it was over there, and sort of I had to turn my whole head, But anyway, if you're out there, please feel free to jump in and we can start chatting. And yes, WoW a little bit later, we'll play some WoW and we'll jump on there, because that's what we're here for. I might just do, if nobody jumps in, I might just do some random running and we'll just do some leveling and stuff like that, if you just prefer to view that. But yes, there's one concurrent viewer in at the moment, and obviously this is the first time that I have streamed in this time zone, so it might take a little while for the live notifications to go through and for people to organise themselves to come and jump in. But if you are out there watching, please feel free, because as you know, if you've listened to my streams before, I do get guided basically by the chat and what we want to talk about and where we need to go. I don't really have a topic. I know everybody says you should have a topic. Hello there. What time is it there? It's 9 a.m. in Finland. It is 5:38 p.m. on the 14th of December 2022. Yeah, so it's 17:38, so almost 20 to 6 here, 17:38 or 5:38 if you prefer. And thank you very much for jumping in. Lordy. Good to see you, and yes, thank you. So I'm just hanging out at the moment. I'm just waiting to see what's going on, see if there's a few more people in. We'll do a bit of wowing. So I hope you've been enjoying Dragonflight. Obviously, thanks for letting me have a week off as I went down to see the family. I was just saying before you jumped in that my mother-in-law is 93 next month, so it's sort of, we kind of sort of have to go down and see her when we can, because, obviously at that age, things can happen fairly quickly. So, we need to make sure we go down and see her, or especially my wife, because they're from a big family and she's sort of been the matriarch, you know what I mean? So, anyway. But hello to you there in Finland, and what's your border there? Is it Finland? I think it shares a border with Russia. I can't remember. Just keep an eye on your border there. Just kidding, of course. Just in case there are any people from that large nation, the north east of the map. But anyway, if you are out there, please feel free to jump in and chat, and we will play some WoW a little bit later on. So yeah, might just go for a run. Not physically, because I don't do that anymore, because I fall over. But we'll go for a bit of a run. If no one's into wanting to run a dungeon or anything, we'll just do some leveling. We'll just run through some leveling. But yes, thank you, Lordy, for jumping in. So that's basically it. Quick bit of hydration. Sorry, mate, I can't remember if you've been in before. Yeah. Yeah, I think you guys have national service, right? Yeah, keep your eye on the border. Yeah. I was talking to a military policeman. I used to stream on Twitch, and I should bring my Twitch people over, but I was only ever in just chatting. Oh, cool, mate. That's awesome. Thank you very much for jumping in. I appreciate it. Yeah, so I'm sort of doing an evening one here. So it's Wednesday night for me. Just do a couple of hours. Jeff, good on you. Thanks for jumping in, mate. Good to see you there. Thanks for letting me have a week off and go down and see the fam, mate. Yeah, so as you saw on Discord, I thought I'd do like a Wednesday night one, for those of us in this time zone, make it a bit easier on people, because everybody's saying I should stream more and be more regular and blah-de-blah. I don't know why. But yeah, that's interesting, Lordy. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you guys have national service, and like I said, I was talking to a military policeman, and he was the same. Like, we literally share a border with Russia, and I'm like, okay, that could be interesting. Yeah, Finnish army there, staring down the Eastern Blockers at you. Well, I grew up, and that's actually probably something we could talk about, actually, if you don't mind. I'm old enough to remember the USSR and the Soviet bloc and the Warsaw Pact and all that sort of stuff. We didn't exactly learn duck and cover, but there were nuclear shows on television about what to do, how to survive a nuclear attack. And because I was in Sydney at the time, I actually found it on YouTube. I should have saved it, or saved it for later or something, or kept a copy of it. Yeah, it was a show they set out in Sydney. I would have been probably, it was before I joined the army, so I would have only been about 14 or 15, let's say 83, 84, 85, around that period. All the movies were coming out, Day After and Threads and, all that sort of stuff. Threads was pretty brutal. Then there's that cartoon one, the British one as well. That was pretty brutal. It was basically what happens if a bomb lands in Sydney, and what do you do, and who's in the danger zone, and I went to the danger zone and all that sort of stuff. And I lived about half an hour out of the city, so we died in like 20 minutes or something like that. Anyway, but yeah, it was interesting. So I do remember that era, the Soviet era, and what it was like. And then I was in the Illurai. Did I get that right? Illurai. Threads is horrific, isn't it? Horrific. It's like every guy who has the authority to launch nuclear weapons should watch Threads. I remember we got that stuff shown on television. The Day After was on TV, and I remember it was a special thing with the Day After, because this is obviously in the 80s when there was no Netflix or anything like that. They didn't interrupt it with ads, which was quite unique at the time. It was televised. I couldn't tell you what channel it was on, but they televised it and didn't interrupt it with ads, which I thought was pretty interesting. But like I was saying, so I do remember growing up in that era, Lordy, so I can understand, sharing a border with Russia, who I still sometimes mistakenly call the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics. not that it really does exist anymore. But yes, interesting time. And Threads was, pretty bad. It was pretty brutal, because it was like, it's years later and she's pregnant and all that sort of stuff. Wow. And it was like, oh, that's sad. It would have been a boy. And that was basically how it ends. Really, isn't that funny? I haven't forgotten that one. Haven't forgotten The Day After either. And that was, that was also pretty brutal. But yeah, it was funny they didn't interrupt with ads. And that was how and we're in Australia, back then we didn't piss anybody off. We weren't involved in any conflict anywhere, we didn't have troops deployed. We probably 10 years out of the end of Vietnam. Oh, not quite. Oh, yeah, about 10, 11 years out the end of Vietnam, and that was sort of it. We weren't really pissing anybody off, and we were still getting videos on this is what you do in the event of a nuclear attack. Recommended Threads for a few friends, and none of them have been able to watch it all. Yeah, I know, it is pretty brutal. For those of you who don't know, it's a British film. It's about a nuclear attack in England and how the survivors adapt. And it's not only like the day after, but it goes for a few years after, and they're struggling to grow crops and things like that. And it's mutations and births and a lot of stillborn, and it's pretty. Anyway, it's pretty real. Very confronting, very, very confronting. And as I said, it should be recommended viewing for anybody who's got their finger on the button. And and it's interesting out our way too. Sort of, we're getting a little bit of trouble from our certain neighbour to the northeast, if you like. There's a large country as well there, and they're sort of doing some odd things like building islands where there weren't islands and things like that in our sort of sphere of influence, if you'd like to call it that. There's another little interesting thing going on. Anyway, everybody's like, oh, they're really bad, we should watch them and stuff like that. I'm sure they're being watched, everything's fine. But we don't really piss anybody off. Oh, whoops, that's my phone. Hang on a sec. I'm going to have to take that. I won't be a second. Hey guys, sorry about that. Yeah, and so Lordy's working remotely. At the same time, life's good, and that is good. It's always good when life is good. That was my old neighbour. He's an old bloke. He's an ex-truck driver. He's a New Zealander, and we trash each other. But he calls me a damn Aussie, and I call him a bloody Kiwi, and all this sort of stuff. It's banter. Yes, for those of you who don't know what it is. So, he's just got himself a used Ford Falcon off his friend. And I'm a bit of a Ford nut, so he rang me up to ask a couple of questions about it because he doesn't know what it is. And he's like, what's this thing? And it's traction control and stuff like that. And I said, I'll come over and we'll have a look at it, mate, and we'll do some stuff together if you want. And he goes, no, you said ring me so we know not to be there when you come over. And I'm like, yeah, that'll be right. Anyway, so yeah, a bit of banter there. But I do apologise for taking that. I haven't spoken to him for a little while, and so I thought I'd better take that call. But yeah, so what are we going to do? I don't know. We'll do a run or something just for running around. We'll do that shortly. We'll see what's going on. But yeah, so if you are out there and you feel like jumping into the chat, we'll chat for a while and then wow. And wow, World of Warcraft, not wow, as in wow, and your eyebrows go up. But yeah, so... Yeah, what are we talking about here? Yeah, so we were about nuclear war. I think we might give that a rest because, yes, I'm now remembering threads and it was pretty brutal. But yeah, interesting. And there's a lot of stuff going on out our way, as I was saying, in the South China Sea. A little bit of stuff popping up where there was no stuff before, and it's becoming interesting all over, I guess. Yeah, I do feel sorry for the people over there at the moment. Yeah, pretty ordinary for someone, I guess, who's seen it. You know what I mean? Has been in conflicts before. Yeah, it's not a lot of fun. Anyway, which is why I tend to distract myself with things like World of Warcraft. So yeah, I might just throw a quick thing in Discord too, if you're in there, because such a professional, I forget to do all this sort of stuff. I forget to say, hey guys, I'm streaming. Feel free to jump in. I'll do that now, like 26 minutes after I started, because I'm always super professional. Hey guys, I'm streaming now. Streaming? I can't even type. Streaming now if you feel like jumping in. Like jumping in. There's not many people active in. Oh, there's a few in Discord. We might get some in. You never know your luck. Never know your luck in the big city. But yes, thank you so much for everyone who's jumped in and is chatting. Because as I've said many times before, I do like to be guided by you guys as to where we go. So, and what you'd like to see and things like that. So I probably haven't done any. Like I haven't really done any Q&A or anything like that. So yeah, that was my thoughts. I put it in Discord. I'll do Monday morning, and then Monday morning, so that's sort of, the American guys can jump on because it's their evening, and then sort of a Wednesday this time, which is good for us because it's, 5:30 here in Queensland, or it's 6 now, so which means it's 7 down in 7 in New South Wales, Victoria. Yeah, Queensland doesn't, I was going to say celebrate, but you don't really celebrate daylight savings time, you just get a day of it. So we don't have daylight saving in Queensland because it'll put the cows off their milk, and, Yeah, Jeff, I've got a Discord. Haven't you got the link? I'll throw the link in. Sparky's isolating from COVID, so this gives me something to watch tonight. He must be sick. I'll throw the link in. Where's the jigger? In the text chat here. Text chat. You know what I'm talking about, for Christ's sake. Hidden use copy button. Copied. Yeah, man. I didn't know. I thought you had the Discord, Jeff. Jump in, mate. Go for it. Go for it. It's pretty basic. It's not very fancy. It's pretty basic. So yeah, Sparky's just said in Discord there. Perfect. I'm isolating from COVID, so this gives me something to watch tonight. Interesting. But yeah, if you're not in the Discord, please do feel free to jump in, and we'll go for a run or something a little bit later. Not a physical run. I don't do that anymore. Yeah, jump on, mate. Go for it. Yes. Jumping. So yeah, I just got back from Sydney. Went down to see the family. That was cool. Went down for a bit of a drive down the New England Highway. And for those of you who aren't in Australia, to go from where I live to Sydney, when you're my age, takes 2 days. But you could do it in like 12 hours probably driving. We go inland down the New England Highway because it's the highway that we're closer to, but everybody sort of drives the coast road, you know what I mean? It's much more, it's a much nicer drive. It is a lot faster too because they're basically a highway all the way, bypassing all the towns, whereas the New England Highway tends to go through most of the towns that you go through, but The Pacific Highway used to be like that, and the reason it's called the Pacific Highway is because it follows the ocean basically up the east coast. But yeah, so I went down to Sydney where I used to live and where I was born, see the family, and they've torn down my house, which I sold back in 2016. They've torn it down and built a big two-story monstrosity on the top of it. I think the problem down there is that everybody wants the space, but there's no space left, so everybody has to go up. You know what I mean? And like, it's just unit city, like apartment city. It's just, or as the Americans say, it's like condos. You know, there's just towers everywhere. Corgerton, hey all, and hey all to you, and thank you very much for jumping in. Leroy, I know you said you don't want to talk about morbid nuclear movies, but what are your top 3 war films if you had to pick? You seem to have a taste similar to me. Thanks, mate. My top 3: Saving Private Ryan. Well, okay. Back in the day when I was in the army, you know, we had like a joke, you know what I mean, that you couldn't call yourself a true infantryman until you'd seen Zulu, Cross of Iron, and The Odd Angry Shot. So they have to be up there as my top 3. For the top 3 that people have actually know what I'm talking about, you know, Saving Private Ryan's up there, Band of Brothers. I know that's not a film, but Band of Brothers, of course, you know, The Pacific. So, you know, they would be 3. I've read all the books connected to all of that, you know what I mean? And Saving Private Ryan, obviously, you know, was a bit, obviously, talking about threads there earlier, obviously Saving Private Ryan is a bit confronting. Leroy, Enemy at the Gates, no, unfortunately. It's not exactly accurate. It's pretty, yeah. Grave of the Fireflies, Corgerton. More about the effects of war. Yeah, tell me about it, or the effects of war. Enemy at the Gates, no, Leroy. I'm just going to touch on that for a little bit. Vasily Zaitsev, I have watched it, of course, but not good, man. They weren't really like that. Actually, one of the best Russian snipers was a woman. You know, so, but yeah, I get it. You know, do get it. And some of that stuff went on that you see, they're shooting the Russians as they were running backwards, and no so much the one rifle, and you get one rifle with no ammunition, and the guy next to you gets ammunition. It wasn't like sort of like that, but having said that, the Russians did throw men away, and that's why they were able to push the Germans back, because they didn't really care. Neither did Hitler by that stage. You know, he was basically stand and fight. Orders were given to all the army in Stalingrad. You know, and his generals basically disobeyed him. You know what I mean? But stand and fight and die, basically. But yes, so the Russians, because they didn't really care about how many casualties they got, they were able to push the Germans back. But yes, Enemy at the Gates is it's cool, it's fun, you know, it's not really fun. That's not the right thing to say. But no, Enemy at the Gates is cool. Grave of the Fireflies, Corkington, you'd get on well with my best mate, who is in that picture over there. And he says, pointing at the plaque, he's sitting down. Where is he? On the extreme left, bottom row. He's a Weebaloo. He doesn't want to be Japanese. Weeb? Is it a weeb that he likes anime? Like, seriously likes anime? Weebo, something like that. And Grave of the Fireflies. So let's actually check that one out. Anime fan and your infantry. Weeaboo, yes. Yeah, he's a massive anime fan. He was best man at my wedding. I was his section commander. He was my machine gunner. He carried the L7 for a while, the Mag 58, the 7.62mm machine gun. And yes, it does. William Harrison, thank you for jumping in. The infantry has all kinds, all walks of life, all colours and creeds. But yeah, it has all different types. Yeah. We had guitarists, we had alcoholics like me. No, he's gotten into anime probably in the last sort of 10 to 15 years. But when I say into it, I mean that's all he watches. You know what I mean? He's got the subscription service. Hang on, sorry. I see Lord has just slid into the server there on Discord. Thank you for jumping in the Discord server, Lord. And we have now got Haggisburger. Good to see you, Haggisburger, there in the Discord there, man. Aye, good. Aye, thing. Haggis thing. Yes, he's a weeaboo. He doesn't want to be Japanese. He just loves anime. And he got me onto that. I was a slime or whatever. I was reincarnated as a slime, and we watched that together. He lives in Harvey Bay, which is about 4 and a half hours north of where I am. But yeah, the infantry does have all kinds. We might check out Grave of the Fireflies there. Let's have a look at that. Let me just start this up here. That one, and we'll drag that one over to that screen. Now I've moved my screen. You can see it's all lighting me up blue. Look at that, beautiful. I moved my screen from over there to here. So it's a bit. So I'm not looking over there and talking to you. You know what I mean? So I can just quickly duck down and come back to the camera, trying to be super professional, of course. Even though like half an hour into it, I remembered to tell everybody I had a Discord and tell the people in Discord to come and see my stream. Warning: it's super sad if you do try it. No, I'll have a look. I'm not going to see it. We're just going to. Sorry, I'm not going to watch it. I'll just have a quick look at it. So, Grave of the Fireflies. Is it from the Japanese perspective? Or is it just like... Okay, Grave of the... Whoops, hang on. I'll bring it up, eh? Here we go. Wikipedia's asking me for money. No, what'd I do? I hit the wrong button. I hit stop streaming instead of... Good God. What is wrong with me? Okay. So what do we got here? Grave of the Fireflies is a 1988 Japanese animated war tragedy film based on a 1967 short by Akiku Nosaka. I'm going to stop pronouncing the Japanese names, okay? It shows the napalm bombing. Okay. Okay. No, you might... Hang on. Written directed by that person and animated by the film stars these people. Set in the city of Kobe, Japan, it tells the story of two siblings, Seita and Setsuko, and their struggle to survive during the final months of the Second World War. Grave of the Fireflies has been ranked one of the greatest war films of all time and is recognised as a major work of Japanese animation. Okay. In Kobe, the spirits of young war orphans Seita and Setsuko Yokokawa reunite and board a ghostly train as they recount how they survived the bombing of Kobe in World War II. Yeah, I think there was a firebombing, yeah. They did that in Dresden as well during the Second World War. They firebombed Dresden as well. They were terrified. They, yeah. Okay, that could be interesting. Yeah, they just, sorry, I'm just quickly scrolling through. Yeah, there was a firebombing, yep. Yeah, incendiary bombs, yeah. You can see them being dropped. Yeah. It's a pretty nasty way to make war, that. Very nasty. It's we had flamethrowers still when I was in, but they banned them in like 89, I think. A couple of years after I joined. Okay, that could be interesting. We might have a look at that. And this is the actual bombing that it's talking about. Yeah, terrified. The Japan Home Islands campaign. Hang on, I'm just catching up. Super sad, shows an napalm bombing. I'll just come back to the main screen. CK Seams, I'm doing very well, mate. Thank you for jumping in. Yeah, we were just talking about, we were asking what were my top war films, and Corgerton mentioned Grave of the Fireflies, and I'd never heard of it. It looks pretty cool. You have to remember, like, yeah, it's what they call unrestricted. So the World War II was unrestricted warfare. So basically, any target is a legitimate target, right? So and the circular error of probability was massive in the Second World War. So the CEP is like a circular error of probability. It's a circle of error, obviously, when you drop bombs, and because it's so inaccurate, you know what I mean? Like, you had bombs dropping bombs on other planes, and the planes getting taken out by their own planes above them. You'll probably see that in the Mighty Eighth when it comes out, because that did happen fairly often. With the Mighty Eighth, it's the Banter brothers, the Pacific, the Mighty Eighth, who's a face, Tom Hanks and Steven Spielberg. But I'm doing well, CK Scenes. But yeah, so we were talking about the three war movies that were my tops, and were my tops for a very long time, which I've probably never ever heard of before, was The Odd Angry Shot, Cross of Iron, and Zulu. You've probably heard of Zulu before, it's starring a very young Michael Caine, about the defense of Rorke's Drift against the Zulu army. Pretty easy when you've got rifles and they've got spears and shields, but anyway. So yeah, there was that, and Odd Angry Shot is an Australian war film about the Vietnam War. It was made in 1979, so it was only made, about 6 years after the end of our involvement in Vietnam. So we finished in Vietnam in 1972, and we brought all our troops back. Basically, by the end of 72, there wasn't anybody left in Vietnam. Last unit in was 4th Battalion, the Royal Australian Regiment. Yeah, I think it was 4AR was their last tour, 71, 72. The Wind Rises is by the same studio, based on a World War II military plane designer. Yeah, and that's interesting too. You've got to. We might touch on that briefly as well. But yeah, so Odd Angry Shot's a brilliant war movie because it was made, by sort of not really veterans, but it was still very raw. The experience, Might have been 19 in Vietnam, and then when the odd angry shot came out, you would have been 23 or something like that. Not 40, 80 years later or whatever. Look, I haven't seen that CK Seams. I've seen the original. I haven't read the novel. I should really read the novel, actually. I have seen the original with Ernest Borgnine in it, and it's fairly accurate, about what trench warfare was like. Obviously, being in the army, I'm into a little bit of history, mostly Australian military history, of course, So you read a lot of accounts and things like that, what it was like, what trench warfare was like. But on the Western Front, it was pretty bad for both sides, But yeah, I haven't watched the Netflix one. See, I've got to be careful, guys. I can go down a rabbit hole sometimes. It's not too bad. Or we've got to touch on that Illyride, definitely. It's not too bad. Because I know that they're actors and it's not real. You know what I mean? I know it's a movie, so I know they're actors and they all survived at the end of it and nobody died. But when it's very realistic, it can be a bit confronting for me. One of the movies I can't watch again is Casino with Robert De Niro in it because the violence in that is so realistic. Anyway, but yes, I have heard it's very good. A couple of my mates have watched it. Like, it took me years to watch American Sniper, Not that I was in Afghanistan, but I know a lot of guys that were in Afghanistan, and I know a few guys that didn't come home from Afghanistan as well. And Letters from Iwo Jima is pretty good too. I agree. I do agree. That is actually really good. And Letters from Iwo Jima and Flags of Our Fathers, the two that Clint Eastwood did, love them. And Letters from Iwo Jima, I know that got a little bit of stick because it's from the Japanese perspective. I'm sure I'm right. That's the Japanese one. But then you think if you go back in history, Tora 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 was directed by, the Japanese scenes were directed by a Japanese director with a Japanese crew. You know what I mean? And cast. And the American scenes were directed by an American director. But so even way back in Tora 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 days, they were still, letting the Japanese do that part of it. And you got a bit of stick for that, and I don't really know why. You know what I mean? Anyway. But yeah, it's funny because Odd Angry Shot was filmed in Queensland, where I live, at the Jungle Training Centre that the guys were doing their training in before they went to Vietnam. It's a place called Canungra. And if you're wondering why we have the weird names, like Wollongong and Canungra and names like that, a lot of those are Aboriginal place names. What the original owners of the land called them, or an area around that sort of place. That's why we have all those weird names for things. Like Canberra's supposed to be meeting place and stuff like that. But Letters from Iwo Jima is very good. And then Cross of Iron, Sam Peckinpah, James Coburn. Blimey, it's got Maximilian Schell. Is he in it? James Coburn. James Mason is the other guy I'm thinking of. James Mason. James Coburn plays Steiner. Yeah, it's great. Gritty as hell. It's about a German platoon on the Russian front. Right at the fall, right at the end, where everything's going wrong. And this young Prussian, he's not young, I suppose. He's a captain, Captain Stransky. By the time he gets there, he's a young Prussian officer. He's a captain, and all he can think about is getting the Iron Cross because he wants to win it before the end of the war, so he can, he will be have a certain standing at the end of the war because he has the Iron Cross. And there's a funny bit. He says, "Why did you come to the Eastern Front?" And Stransky goes, "Because I want to win the Iron Cross." And Steiner takes his one off and throws it at him on the table. Says, "Here," Anyway, close combat, class and gold. Now, one of the good things, it's funny, one of the good things, I suppose this is going to sound wrong. How can I put this so you don't think I'm some kind of idiot? Not that you already do, even though, yes. The German army had a great recognition system. Very, very, very good recognition for medals and awards and things like that. Things like 3 grades of the Wound Badge, 3 grades of the Close Combat class, Bronze, Silver and Gold. Wound Badge was the same, Bronze, Silver and Gold. Then there was this special one for commemorating the 2nd of July 1944 when they tried to kill Hitler, right? There was the special Wound Badge. But, the other ones were Bronze, Silver and Gold. And then you had like Tank Destruction Badges, just really a good rounded award system. And German diggers used to say, "You've got to watch out for this officer. He's got an itchy neck," and that meant like he was wanted to get the Knight's Cross. Oh, are you kidding me? Okay, Yes, of course I'm into Star Wars. I've watched them all. I love them all. I don't care what people say. But yes, Corgington, I'm into Star Wars. I haven't watched Andor yet, so don't spoil it for me. I've got to watch Andor. I've got Disney Plus. I've watched, Book of Boba Fett. Watch the Obi-Wan series. The first movie my father and I watched, like that I can remember watching, I was about 7 or 8 when Star Wars was released. And we went into Sydney, into the city, as a 7, 8-year-old boy with my dad, and we went and watched Star Wars, and he was blown away. He loved it. And I did too. They're all great in their own way. Me and the missus are working through Andor now. Yeah, I haven't started Andor yet, so I want to watch Andor. Honestly, I've never watched anything Star Wars. Not that I have anything against it. Yeah, and if you like, there are people, CK seems, that are like a Star Trek or a Star Wars person, but I'm both. The idea with Star Wars is it's dirty, it's lived in, things are messed and this, but Star Trek is like, everything's gleaming and clean and stuff like that. It was sort of like Star Wars is lived in the ghetto sort of thing, and Star Trek is our ideal of how we should be as a civilization, you know what I mean? Regardless of where you're from, what alien species you are or whatever, we can all fly this starship together, you know what I mean? And which isn't bad. And it's funny because the army was kind of sort of like that in a small way. You know what I mean? It was very confronting for us when we went over to Hawaii in '95. After work, the Americans seemed to sort of split into their groups. You know what I mean? The Northerners went there. The Southerners were all hung together. The African Americans all hung together. It was sort of a bit weird for us to see that, because we all just hang together. Doesn't matter sort of what colour you are, At the end of the day, we go and have a couple of beers together, you know what I mean? But yes, no, I'm into Star Wars, very much so. But when I was a kid, I was into Doctor Who as well. So I've got a thing we have a thing in Australia called BritBox. I don't know if it's available overseas. It's a combination of BBC and ITV programs, and they have all the Doctor Who's on there, from William Hartnell all the way through, right, to the latest guy. And I'm slowly coming backwards and forwards. Tom Baker's my favourite Doctor, so I'm sort of slowly watching all of them. But yes, into Star Wars. I have been into Star Wars since it was little. Now, crime of all crimes, my mum threw out my Star Wars toys. She didn't think I played with them anymore, so she chucked them. And I'm talking the stuff that's worth thousands of dollars now. Not that I probably would have kept them anyway, a Darth Vader with the lightsaber up his arm, with the proper vinyl cape, and all that sort of stuff, with a cloth cape. It was, I think, the first guy came out. I had some stuff that would have been worth money, and she got rid of it. She gave it all away. She didn't throw it out, sorry. She gave it to like a child's home, which is, probably a really nice thing to do. But now, as I'm looking out, yes, Corgington, I did watch every original when it came out in the cinema. Yep. Yeah, I'd love to know what happened to my kids' Pokemon cards. I don't know if my son might have them in his room somewhere, because my eldest was the one that was into Pokemon. He had a box full. I made a box for him. He had a box full of the bloody things. I can't remember if he made that box. Did he make that box in school? I think he made it in school, actually. Woodwork. But yes, Corgington, I did watch all the originals as they came out in the cinema. As they came out, I went and watched them. Dad and I went in and watched them. And then when Star Wars first came out, I made everybody at home watch it. And my nan, who lived with us at the time, just didn't understand it. She said, "What are all those little turtle things?" And she meant the Jawas, right, when they come running out to get R2-D2. I said, "They're Jawas, Nan." She's like that explained it, you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck is a Jawa? Anyway, that's pretty sad. But yeah, the Pokemon cards, mate, go get those Charizard graded. Yeah, I know, it's insane. You watch Porn Stars, and we got some Pokemon cards. Oh yeah, they're worth about $5,000. Pfft, bloody hell, Anyway, so hang on to your shit. Even if it's old, still hang on to it. Yeah, because it could be worth something someday, especially the collectible stuff. But yeah, I had a lot of Mad magazines. I had the first Australian Mad, and I used to read Viz, and Viz, I don't even think they get away with Viz anymore. I grew up just in time to watch the prequel movies come out. Okay, nice. Yeah, nice. And I like the prequels. I just didn't like the midichlorians, but I'm not going to, I'm not going to bitch about it. He's the guy. He invented it. He can pretty much do what he wants with it. You know what I mean? But I have to say one thing. Now that Disney's got it, I love the fact that they're doing all the expanded universe stuff. Like, I've watched a bit of Rebels. I've watched Clone Wars. I've you know, I haven't watched all the Clone Wars. I've sort of watched, you know, there's a recommended sort of viewing order for the Clone Wars, and I've watched that. And Ahsoka obviously kicks ass, and I love the way they did her in Book of Boba Fett. Ahsoka Tano, sorry, Mandalorian. She was just perfect. That's exactly how she was, exactly how she should have looked, exactly how she should have acted. Just fucking great. And, you know, because that was one of the things, like, how's Ahsoka Tano going to be, you know what I mean? And, yeah, you know, it's like, for instance, I read a lot. Like Christine, for me, I used to read Stephen King. I still read Stephen King, but I used to read Stephen King a lot. And yeah, me either. I think it's going to be awesome. But I've got to watch Andor. I haven't watched Andor. I used to read Stephen King, and then you read Christine, and you freak out, and then you go and watch it. And you're like, no, it was a pink sewage truck that destroyed the thing. Anyway, but yeah, so, you know, they can't fit it in a movie. I understand that, but yeah, anyway. But yeah, so I just and nice segue there. How are we all enjoying Dragonflight? I hope you're all enjoying it, and I'm hoping that you're all out-leveled me. Smooks, thanks for coming in. Yeah, so thanks for coming in, and thank you for jumping in the chat as well. Yeah, mate. Yeah, it was good. We went down to Sydney, see the fam, saw the mother-in-law and my wife's sister, and we stayed with them for the week. So that was pretty cool. They got a great big house down in Sydney, so quite nice to stay there with them. And you probably just heard my wife laughing. She's on Second Life. My wife's mum is my mother-in-law's 93 in January, so, you know, I think 7-8 is my limit for Mythic Plus so far. All right, okay, yes, I did see the thing where there's a Mythic out, and I'm like, nah, I've got to watch it. I've got to do it, I should say. I've got to do it. But yeah, so we don't have to do well. We can just keep talking, but I might just jump on a little bit shortly. So my dog's whinging. I don't know if you can hear her running up and down the hallway because we got wood floors. She's whinging about something outside. Because we live in the country, so there's kangaroos and rabbits or hares. They're not rabbits, you know, kangaroos and hares and bloody all that sort of stuff. I'm 60. I think I just dinged 63 last night. I jumped on for a couple of hours and I was just getting my. I'm not following the main quest. I'm just running through and just getting rid of all the side quests at the moment. Like, you know, the water, throw a thing and it sucks the energy out of a water sprite and all that sort of stuff, and get the 4 elements, and then we'll bash through that wall, that, you know, into that other room and all that sort of stuff. Doggo breed is a Ridgeback cross Staffy. It's actually probably Staffy Ridgeback. So she's a decent size. She's probably up to my knees, and I'm 6'1". Do I have a photo of her? She's a bit of a cutie. She's a rescue. She's a rescue dog. And I do like rescue dogs. We've had her 6-7 years. And I'm just trying to look for photos. Excuse me for a second. I'll bring it over here so I can sort of still watch you. Just going to see if I can find a piggy. Google Chrome might have some. Oh, Google Photos might have some. Give us a sec. Yeah, she was a rescue. She wasn't treated very well. It was a divorce. And, you know, the doggo was put off on somebody who didn't want them. One of the friends, because the wife didn't want it, the husband didn't want it, you know, didn't want the dog. And so she was put onto one of the friends of the family, and it didn't really treat him well and stuff. I just can't see chat at the moment, guys, so just give me a second. I'm just see if I find you a pic of my dog. I could probably just show you. But, you probably don't want to see all the photos of me in a hospital. That's not very good. That's my old car. That's no good. That's my wife snoring. You better not see that. That's my wife cleaning out the frog tank. You better not see that either. Sorry. I'll get there. I will get there. I'm sorry. I should just get my wife to send the photo with it. She took hers. It was super cute. Oh, it's on Facebook. I'll download it. Hang on, it's on my Facebook. Yeah. I'll just check. Come back into chat. Doggo breed. Okay, you're waiting patiently for me, and I appreciate that. So we will go into Facebook, and now we have to go into where? We have to go into my wife's thingo. And then I have to go into her photos. there's a couple. One's a bit blurry, but no, not the link, idiot. Save link as, save photo as, save image as. Her name's Bella. It sounds like my wife's going to let her out because she's whinging. And that's her all wrapped up in the winter after a bath. Okay, they can hear. They might be able to hear you, darling. She's gone out the front of the house. Save image as. Right, I'm getting there. We're getting there. We're slowly but surely. We're getting there. Okay, right. Now we can do that, and we'll come back to you guys, and we can open them up now. Oh shit! Where did they go? Where the hell did they go? Pictures, they'll be, right? Where do they go when you download them from Facebook? For God's sake! Maybe I should have checked the Maybe I should have checked the thing though. They go into documents. They go into documents. Okay, they go into documents. Right. Why do they go into documents? I don't know. Oh, of course it's tiny. I'll bring that over there. And we'll go like this. Where's OBS? There's OBS. That's her. That's my dog. My wife's going yum yum. I don't know if you can hear that. She's going yum yum. Corgerton, technical difference. What can we see? What can you see? I don't know. What level did you get to? 63 at the moment. Doggo breed is a Staffy Cross Ridgeback. That's another photo of her. She's just got out of the bath. She's a cutie, man. She's a real cutie. Yeah, she's cute. She's really cute. She's like the best dog, man. She's a rescue. And yeah. Sorry, I'm just catching up. Corgerton, technical difficulties. Please hold. Nice, thanks, mate. That's good. That's always very good. Especially the old guy navigates fucking all this shit, right? Pardon me, I do swear occasionally. Laura Overhill, my guildie recommended I come join the stream. Reckons you're a pretty nice dude. Smiley. Thank you. I hope I am a pretty nice dude, even though I just swore just then. But yes, I am a... Whoops, hang on. Whoops. Oh, you don't mind the bombing of Kobe in World War II, please. We were just talking about Grave of the Fireflies, as some of the war movies. Yeah, no, it's awesome you could jump in. Cutie for sure. Yeah, she's pretty cool. Oh, hang on, I'll come back. Yeah, she's really cool. She's the best dog I've ever had, man. She's a real cutie. But she was just whinging, so my wife had to let her outside so she could go to the toilet. If you can hear her in the background, that's just my wife. If you can hear like, oh, fuck sake, and that's just my wife playing Second Life. So we're very into our tech stuff here. We all have our own computers. My eldest son plays retail, classic. I play retail, and my wife plays Second Life. So it's pretty good. We all have our own space. We all sort of get to do our own thing. Yeah, she's pretty cool. Yeah, she's cute. She's cute. I should bring her in so you can see her. Like, proper bring her. See if you can see. Hang on. Let's see if you can see her. Come on up, you come. There she is. Hey, yeah. What you doing? Look over here so they can see your face, ratbag. Look at me trying to direct her like she knows what's going on. There you go. You just go outside. I give her a scratch just above her tail. She loves it. Don't lick me, ratbag. You smell. You got breathy fish breath. Oof. God help us. What have you been eating? Poo. Occasionally she eats kangaroo poo. Yeah, she's a rat bag, yeah. She's a bit of a rat bag. She got a really lovely blaze, and then she got like white socks on a couple of her feet as well. She's a cutie, man. Yeah. She wasn't treated very well. When we first got her, she had like really bad mange, and she had an infection and all that sort of stuff. But we've had her 6 years now, 7 years now. So she's like coming up to 9, 10. Still acts like a puppy though. Yeah, she's 30 kilos. Like, she's pretty big. She wants out, I'll just let her out. So the reason I transition to the BRB when I stand up is because I'm wearing like those boy short underpants, and you really don't want to see me in them. Yeah, she's loving her life now. Oh shit, yeah. Friggin' queen. She's the queen. She gets everything she wants. Yeah, she's 30 kilos, so like she's a decent sized dog. Got a good bark on her, you know. Not that there's, I was going to say if people come, you know, not that we have anyone around. I live in the country, in a town of about 200, so, you know. Nobody comes here. It's too far for everybody who lives in Brisbane. So my youngest, it's too far, Dad, to drive. 2 hours. I'm like, okay, whatever. Yeah. So, where are we? Oh, Jeff, you're in. I see you now, mate. I just closed all that stuff and I can now see Discord, so good on you for jumping in. But, yeah, she's loving life. She's loving life. And I hope you all are as well. So we've got a few more in. Corkerton, no, I haven't been. Yeah, I don't want to, like, how can I... This is, how can I say this without wanting to make you feel like a fucking dickhead? Or me not looking like a dickhead. I can't stand to see anything in pain anymore. It's part of that. You know what I mean? I'm part of Somalia. So no, I don't really go roo hunting. I have been in the past. So I have been once roo hunting, and I hunted rabbits as well. I've been with a mate of mine who did it with dogs. And you know, sorry, no. Was that pig? Was that pigs? No, I'm thinking pigs. I've been pig hunting once. I've never been roo hunting. Sorry, my bad. But yeah, so yeah, no, like yeah. So I have like yeah, it was pig hunting we went, but unfortunately, yeah, I can't. I know it sounds odd. It's part of PTSD. You know what I mean? I can't stand it. And when I mean, I'm talking about like, I'll take a spider outside. You know what I mean? It's like that kind of stuff. It's just really weird, eh? It's just really weird. Like I was never like that before. You know, it's just like, yeah, I just can't stand to see things get hurt anymore. Like my kids used to watch Scarred on MTV and all that, and they'd say, "Oh, Dad, check this out." And I'm like, no, fuck, I can't look at it. You know what I mean? I can't. So yeah. Anyway, but I have not saying I haven't been hunting in the past, and well, let's be honest, I was in the infantry, so you know, I was trained to fucking shoot at people. So yeah, that was it. That was my trade. Seek out and close with the enemy to kill or capture him, to seize and hold ground, to repel attack by day or night, regardless of season, weather, or terrain. Anyway, yeah, so I hope you're all enjoying WoW and Dragonflight. Interesting segue there. But yeah, so so what are we thinking? Are we enjoying it? Are we all enjoying it? I hope you are, because I am. I think it's you know, I already like it better than Shadowlands. And even I've just been questing, and like I said, I've just been doing the trash and the side, just the side quests and stuff like that, just getting a feel for the area. I'm still, you know, I'm loving the dragon riding, but and I can understand why they've put a limit on it. You know, the 4 things that I've got to charge. You know what I mean? Awesome. Yeah, you'll enjoy it, Corkerton. It's pretty cool. You can have a look at one of my videos on my channel about the first steps into Dragonflight. Yeah, CK seems, I agree. I did like Shadowlands, and I think I was biased a little bit to Shadowlands because that sucked me back into World of Warcraft retail. You know, I hadn't played for a while, 6 months, 8 months, something like that. Yeah, it sucked me back in. 3 level 70s now. Good on you, Jeff. Way to flex, mate. Just thanks very much. I've got 163, and all the rest are 60. Well, yeah, I've got about 660s, I think, or 460s, 560s, something like that. I've just got my paladin is the only one in the Dragon Isles at the moment. I haven't even got my Drakthea back there yet. But yeah, Corkerton, I threw on a quick video, just first steps into the Dragon Isles and stuff. You can have a quick check of that. That's not really a big spoiler or whatever. But yeah, I really like the fact that I avoided all the content, as you know, for those of you that have been following me before. I just avoided any kind of content on how it worked, where it went, what it looked like, all that sort of stuff. So it is a completely new experience for me, and I'm really enjoying it. But yes, I do agree, CK seems that it is better than Shadowlands. Even just the crafting. I mean, I've got to get into the it's probably going to get me back into crafting, because I'm all the time before this I'd just run past seams. You know, if I saw a mining node, I'd race over and quickly grab it. Blessed are the pensioners. Thanks, Jeff. That's me, mate. You bet. Yeah, blessed are the pensioners. Bloody oath, mate. Yeah, so if I saw a node, I'd just, I'll go over and get it, I suppose. But now I'm like actively looking for them, because I really want to see what this crafting thing can do. Like, I did that quest where you get the, you're running around the ruby shrine or whatever it is, the ruby pools, ruby life pools or whatever. And, you know, you get this, I've now got this smithing apron because my paladin's a blacksmither. the crafting is a bit overwhelming at first, but if you take your time, it's fun to mess with. Yeah, it looks like that. Yeah, and I'm finding you're obviously getting drops from, the trash mobs and stuff like that are dropping crafting items and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, I've got this like shirt, smithing apron now that's gone into that one of the other slots in the blacksmithing thing, and there's like that's opened up another thing, and I'm like, oh, this is pretty cool. I think they've really, I really think it's going to be a big deal. You know what I mean? Whereas before it was sort of you can do this and make some gold out of it. This, I think, is just going to be more of things that people are going to be passionate about. I think the next step, would be housing, because they had housing in Lotro for a while. In fact, they probably still do have housing in Lotro when I played that. It's Lord of the Rings Online, just in case you're wondering. And that was housing. And I know they were talking about when we are back in the day, they were going to do player housing. And I think they tried that with the garrisons, but it didn't really work. I think I never really, like a lot of people never left their garrison. I never did that. I never got into it that much. I went out and quested because that's what I like to do. As I've said before, I like to be out in the wild questing. But so I think, housing is huge in Final Fantasy 14. Yeah, I can imagine. Because that was a big deal. Housing was a big deal. Like in Lotro, you could have like trophies and stuff up, of baddies that you killed and stuff. You could have their heads up and all that sort of stuff, and you could basically come and check me out, have a look at this, and you could have them in your front yard and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, housing looks like it's best in Final Fantasy. I haven't played any of the Final Fantasies at all, actually. I haven't played Final Fantasy at all. I wonder if I have. Did I play it back in the day? Nothing like 14, obviously. I might have played it like for 5 minutes. I know that shows you how much I would have played it. I can't remember, but I know it was huge back in the day, and obviously probably still huge as now. The only problem is I'm not a fan. Not that I'm not a fan of Final Fantasy. I think that's cool, but I'm not a fan of all the JRPGs that are out. They all seem very similar to me, but that's just totally my opinion. 14 is the MMO. Right, okay, and it's pretty fun. Okay, yeah, I haven't actually played that. I might give that a look. Could be interesting. Could be something, but I don't want anything to take away my time from World of Warcraft at the moment. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to the crafting. Haven't done my. I'm only joking, mate. I haven't done anything yet. So I haven't done any dungeons yet. I haven't done the first dungeon that gets available. So I'm only 63. So I'll get up to 70 on my paladin, and then I want to start doing some mythics. Start getting back into that as well. So that'll be pretty cool. But yeah, so what about you guys? Has anybody run any dungeons? Jeff, you've probably been out the 3 level 70s ratbag. You've probably done a few dungeons already. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. I like the way the world looks. I like the dragon riding aspect of it, and I can see why. Like I said before, I didn't finish that thought. I can see why they put a limit on it. Otherwise, you'd just fly everywhere in your dragon. You know what I mean? So I can sort of see why they put a limit. You got those little 4 mirror-shaped things, and they've got a charge up. But yeah. So, you'd never get off your dragon, so I think you'd be flying around. Season 1 started today, so the raid released, and Mythic Plus started today. Oh, I tried the raid tonight. Oh, now Smoogs, come on. We're gonna have to bloody. Might do that on the weekend, eh? Might do that on the weekend when it's let's try and get into it on the weekend. I'll stream Saturday or Sunday, or maybe both. But I'll put it in Discord before I jump in. So that was sort of. I know there's probably more people in now. Since I, what now? We could. I don't know how we'd go. Have you got a keystone for it? That would be pretty cool. But I'm only 63. Can I get in at 63? I don't know if I can. I could do the dungeon, I guess. So my plan is like Monday morning at my time, Wednesday evening, and then a Saturday and Sunday, or Saturday or Sunday, but maybe both. And then I'm trying to do sort of longer stuff, a long form in between times as well. But I appreciate you all jumping in. What could we do? Hang on, I'm just going to close that down. I have a level 62 Boomy. Boomy? What do you mean, Boomy? See, is that a new thing now? I've missed out because I was away for a week. Oh, hang on. All right, I might just jump on. Let's just jump on and see where we end up. Let me just start her up. I'm going to have to move you over to the other screen. I'll do that before it starts. Oops. Whoops-a-daisy. bring that up. Oh yeah, I've just got the Season 1 now live. Season 1 now live. New raid, Mythic Plus dungeon rotation, PvP season rewards, and more. Take flight now. Take flight now. Oh, it's friggin' updating. Maybe I should have thought about that. I checked everything else, but I forgot. I checked my CurseForge to update all my bloody add-ons, but didn't open World of Warcraft, did I? So hopefully it's not a huge, big update. So I'm going to have to just bring it. How do I get that? Can I pop that out there? Oh, yeah, cool. So I can pop that out and make you guys a bit bigger. There we go. That's better. It's a bit easier for me to see. KFC chicken. Oh, a laser chicken, a Moonkin Druid. Oh, a Boomy. Of course, a Druid Boomkin form. Yes, okay. Okay, sorry, of course. Yes, of course. Yes. KFC chicken. A laser chicken. Yeah, I've got a Druid. He's just got his Moonkin form, actually. And I might have to get some advice on that because I'm not sure if I'm playing him right. Because I stay in cat form all the time. I really like cat form. Yeah. Yeah, cat form, yeah. Yeah, all right, updating. A little bit of hold music there for you. While it updates. So maybe I should have, super professional as always. So it's still initializing. So we'll see what's going on there. Come on. Anyway, yes, I'm going to still need help. I still need help. I still need to be carried. I still don't know anything. Still using a priority helper and all that sort of stuff. Well, I'm getting there now though. I've moved a lot, thanks to all you guys. I've moved a lot of my keys around and stuff like that. So that's just, the muscle memory starting to come in for that sort of stuff now. Like my interrupts are now Q and E, which are much closer. My heals are R, stuff like that. Mine is also slowly initializing. Yeah, it says, yeah, mine is too. Mine's still initializing at the moment. It's just circling. Waiting. Yeah. Anyway. If we can do it, we can do it. If we can't, we can't. Yeah. It did. Yeah. Like now, and thanks to you guys, like my heal was always, for some reason, 9, right? 9 was the key 9. Yeah, I know. I'm working it out. I don't want to rely on it because it can tell you when to pop things when maybe you shouldn't be, or you should be holding back. You know what I mean? But like now talking to all you guys, and you should be looking at your key bindings and stuff like that. Like I said, for some reason, always my heal was the 9 key, right? I don't know why it was over there. It's just because that's the way I had it, right? So every character, F6 was my interrupt, and 9 was my heals, right? Whether it be paladin or whatever character could self heal, it was always 9, and interrupt was always F6. And when you look at it, I've got to lift my hand all the way up over. Hang on, I'll get to that in a sec. Hang on, Corgerton. So I've got to lift my hand all the way up and over to 9, hit the 9 key, and then put my hand back to W, A, S, and D, right? Same with F6. Got to lift my hand up and hit F6. You know what I mean? Mine's still initializing. Corkerton. Oh, by the way, you can increase the size of your cursor in game. I remember you saying it's hard to keep track of it. That was only when it's chaos in the middle of the screen, like in a raid or that. Going for the primal storms and all that sort of stuff. That was insane. I had to I'd pull it up to the right hand side, and then I'd come back down to see to follow the cursor where I could see it turn into a bag. Picking up all the primal essences and stuff like that. But yeah, Laura, I know it's fine to use one, but it's more my paladin. When I started this Mythic Plus journey with you guys, a lot of you were saying you should look at your keys and use a priority helper because I wasn't doing the DPS I should be doing, so I'm popping my wings a lot more now and stuff like that. Yeah, look, Leroy, to be honest with you, I did think about buying one. This is years ago. I thought about buying one ages ago, 3 years ago. Just thought it was cool that it could be just over there, you know what I mean? Separate from your keyboard and just dedicated to gaming, you know what I mean? Just dedicated keys and all that sort of stuff. So, yeah, I don't know. But now I've got my keybind sort of sorted, I guess, on my keyboard. But I still, what I do need, though, is a new mouse. I need to get an MMO mouse. Definitely need an MMO mouse. Just because my thumb's just sitting there doing nothing, and it could be doing a lot more. Oh, I think it's play. But yeah, something like that. I've got to get an MMO mouse. This old Corsair, she's fallen apart. But you can see how much I've... This is funny. You can see how much I'm on the computer. Like, I'm on the computer every day, right, for hours and hours and hours and hours. You can see my... Oh, shit, hang on. You see, my thumb's worn away the coating on that. I'm dedicated, if nothing else. What do I do? Righto, let's jump in. Okay, so we will now make sure that this is all working, won't we? Okay. Game capture. There we go. We'll give it a second. I've got to turn it down a bit. It's a bit lewd. There we are. So yeah, I'm just going to pop chat out again so I can see it better. There we go. Oh, the back of the... Oh yeah, I actually didn't think of that. The forward and back buttons. I bloody didn't think of that. That could be, at least it could be something. Interrupts or heals or something, you know what I mean? Or pop my wings, because that's like F1, which isn't too bad, but yeah. Where are we? Level 63, so I'm, yeah, just hanging out. Don't know, that's a cool artwork, that is. That looks so cool. Yeah, that's what I was thinking about Smook's interrupts for me is Q&E at the moment. And I'm kind of sort of used to that now, so... I don't know, I didn't even think about the forward and back buttons on my bloody mouse. I want to get a new one anyway. So I'll get like I'm not going to get a super fancy one, but yeah. So yeah, I've just been... Whoop, that's not interesting, is it? Let's see what that is. That's a tent. So yeah, I've just was doing my... Do you use strafe or left and right? Yeah, no, I didn't. So I've got A and D now. I'll get off my horse. Where am I? So I've got A and D are now left and right strafe. And then Q and E are interrupt. Yeah. So E is hammer of justice and Q's my rebuke. So yeah. And then I've got A and D as my strafes left and right. And I'm sort of... Mainly what I do in when we're doing mythics and stuff is if I'm changing direction, I'll... use my mouse, you know what I mean, like that. You can see how that turns around and stuff, and I'll try and do it that way. Yeah. I don't know what that bit of paper is. Is that like for some placeholder or something? I don't know. Shift binds are pretty useful as well, using the same keys you have for other abilities, but just doing something else with it by holding shift. Yeah. Yeah, I've got to clean my keyboard. I really do. My left shift is having trouble. But yeah, that's what I do. So I'll try and just, you know, and if it's going, and you guys, this is what you guys have told me to do, you know what I mean? So all of this is mostly you guys. I did used to turn with my mouse a lot, but you guys are mentioning how, you know, you can come up like that. If it's going a little bit crazy, you can sort of get a better angle. I always sort of did that and then would zoom out. But, you know, you can sort of just get a better angle and see what's going on. But, yeah, man. I've used the F key for my interrupt spell across all classes. That way, no matter what turn I'm on, my F key is my interrupt. Yeah, Django, and thanks for jumping in, mate. It was a good idea. I had that idea as well. The problem is my keys were the wrong keys to have that. Like, my interrupt was F6 on all my turns. My self-heal was always 9, so it was miles away. You know what I mean? Now, as you can see here, my heal here is R, so it's much closer. So, you know, I'd lift my hand up and go over and hit 9 and then come back. Or lift my hand up and hit F6. So, yeah, no, go for it, Corkerton, good man. And that was what, you know, you guys have all helped me with that to get me through to this. Shift Q has been my interrupt for a long time. No idea why. Mogri, thank you for jumping in. I've gone to Q&E now, thanks to you guys. Django, I hear you, mate. We're all learning. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, like, but like I said, it was mostly through the help that I've got from all you guys on here has made me a little bit better at it, and it's also I'm moving my hand a lot less. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'd literally lift it up, move it across, and hit a key, and then come back like that. Not quite that robotic, but you know what I mean. So what are we going to do? I don't know. We could go and just do some trash, eh? What's this? Meet Dazakros in the overflowing rapids. How far away is he? Now, here's the question. Do I fly to him? Of course I do. It's Dragonflight. Oh, man, I love this. It's so awesome. I am obviously checking with chat as well. Oh, come on. I'm going to do that whole swoopy thing. Oh, how do you do it? What is it? I've forgotten. That's right. 1 and 2. There we go. That's what I'm after. Yeah, like I was saying, I can see where they put a limit on this. That's cool. Oh. That's cool, eh? Gilead, the Hornstriders. There's water elementals everywhere. We got to help the Striders. All right, we can do that. Horn Strider Havoc. I'm a clicker, but don't tell anybody. Oh no, Engavar. I'm trying to get everybody's name correct. Engavar, you're a clicker. Oh no, it's down there and clicking. Yeah, if it works. If you look straight up and press 2, you'll gain more height. Yeah, I got it. I kept forgetting. So I've just been doing like, you know, side quests and stuff for now. Like you can see, I haven't even met Raytheon yet. If you look straight up and press 2, once you get all the glyphs and unlock all the dragon riding talent tree, you can basically fly forever. Okay, that's something we might have to do. So you can see I'm still doing the, still want to do that as well. I've done that one, so we've got to keep doing those. Yes, okay, awesome. Because yes, we want to do that, of course. So I'll get off him now. Oh god, I'm miles away. And what am I doing walking? I don't know. These things are bloody... The wind things that spin you around, eh? You can just quickly check and chat as well. Righto, what are we going to do? Heal Horn Striders and kill these guys. This 8 thing, I've never... Avenging Horn Strider. Oh yes, oh, hang on. Oh, yeah, get out of the way. Yes, I still remember that. Don't stand in the swirly stuff. See, I've still sort of got to look down at my keys. We're getting there though, we're getting there. Who's old mate over here? What are you doing? We'll get these guys done.
It's still recharging.
It's still recharging. Applying salve. If that's the one you're going after, I'll go after him too. Oh, he's already dead. One idiot. Get out of the way of that stupid thing. Don't sway into the swirly stuff. So I'm doing my usual. I just pick up everything. Go over here and get this guy. I've been waiting to do the dungeons and stuff. I could have queued for one when it became available, but I thought I'll wait for a stream or something. Yes, that's a good point. Mogwai, that's a really good point, isn't it? Options. Why don't I have auto loot on? Auto loot. Sets auto looting as the default action when clicking on lootable things, looting when this is checked, or auto looting when it is not, is performed by holding the loot key or auto loot key. Okay, thank you. So I've only been playing World of Warcraft for since 2006, and I didn't have auto loot on because I do loot everything. Thank you for that. Man, you guys make me feel like I'm day one, eh? Crazy. Crazy stuff. Come on, what are you doing? Oh, turn around, idiot. Oh, yeah, see. Yep, got it. Got it. Oh, look at that thing caught up in that. Whoop. Oh, no, he's got me. We'll heal the injured Horn Striders. I can't use that item yet. I hope it should be fine for you. It shouldn't be too loud. 8, as if he's going to still be alive when 8 hits. Oh, he might be. Rightio. One more to go. Yes, I'm just looting everything I can get my hands on. Alrighty, that was that. Okay. Oh shit. Whoops. Sorry, I didn't mean to swear. I didn't even see that guy then. Could be in a bit of trouble here. Oh, look out. Oh, look out. Oh shit, I'm in trouble. I'm out of here. Run away! As they say in Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Run away! Oh, we're going. Come on. Leave me alone. Don't make... Yeah, of course I died. Idiot. Of course I died. Pretty cool, obviously, also, that you can fly a dragon when you die. But yes, alas, I'm still shit. Alright, resurrect now. Yes, we will do that. And we will go and hand this damn thing in. Hang on, I've got to go this way? That way. Righto. Dunestatus. There we go. Righto. Hey.
Welcome. It has been so long. Waters nourish you.
Oh, Ruby life calling. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there, slowly but surely. Righto, so what's next? Walking shores, Ruby life pools. That's a dungeon. A 2-for-1 deal. Building materials. Where's he? Oh, he's miles away. Maybe we should... I'll start doing the main quest, eh? Raytheon awaits. Raytheon awaits. We'll do that. We might go... We'll see if we got some dragon riding stuff. And we'll bloody smash that. How are we looking? Whoops, a daisy. Get up. Come on. There you go. What's that one? That's the swoop one, is it? Skyward Ascent. And Surge. That's it. That's it. It uses all your... You've got to do that dragon tree thing like you were saying. And get all the stuff. Get all the glyphs. Because this is pretty cool. So that's another thing I have to do. You'll have to help me with. You'll have to carry me with that. Alright, here we go. This is the main drag. Main story. What's
I
going
have
on
gathered
here?
the Black Talon and we are preparing to take back the Obsidian Citadel.
Good man.
Your presence on this mission is most welcome. The Drakthir are formidable soldiers.
Formidable soldiers. Scale Commander Emberthal.
The Obsidian Citadel may hold secrets of my people's past. I would not miss a chance to reclaim it.
Rightio. Lessons from our past. I am Emberthal, a Scale Commander of the Drakthir. Raytheon aiders, no doubt you have questions. But Nosdumo, the Timeless One, has revealed the lost truth. Speak with Scale Commander
Stay
Emberthal.
true.
Okay. What's this going to be? A cinematic? It is too.
Serve.
Okay, cool. Serve well. Epic music.
Nosgomu, wait! You have led me through all these moments in time. Yet now you ask me to guide you?
There is a blind spot in my vision of a time before Neltharian's corruption, and I believe it centers upon you.
Okay.
I must know why.
Rightio.
Seek him out in your memory.
In your memory. Okay, what's going on here?
It was my honor to command a battalion. We executed
I was in a
Neltharian's
battalion.
will precisely. Our devotion and discipline were unmatched.
A Titan artifact. That must
Oh,
be the
it's
source of your
Thanos' glove.
This was an ancient magic that bound you to his will. Would you not sacrifice yourselves at his whim?
We were soldiers. There were many threats to the world. And here was the greatest. The Primalists.
Okay, yeah.
Razageth, the Storm Eater,
New dragons.
one
Yep.
of the leaders of the Primalist Rebellion.
He struck without warning,
Okay.
without honor. And I lost many friends this day. We fell back, regrouped. Then, everything became
Oh,
jumbled, confused.
The artifact destroyed. And the
Okay.
order magic which had united the Drakthir was dispelled. How then was Razageth defeated?
okay, this is actually pretty cool.
Brother, this is what you hid from us. The moment you fell from grace. In his desperation, he turned to the deepest evil. The power of the old gods.
Oh, she's gone. Okay. Okay, man. Wow.
No.
But then,
This is really cool.
why were we imprisoned? Why did we
Off for raid,
sleep
Laura.
for
Thanks,
so
mate. No
long?
worries. Thank you.
If he
Good luck on your raid.
Control the Drakthir, he would have deemed you a risk.
No. We laid down our lives for him. He was proud of us. Why would he stop this sand? I cannot see.
Because you do not want to. Yet you can only become more than you are. If
It's
you
hell of a
confront
cutscene.
your
Bloody hell.
past.
Raid time. Have a good one. Thank you, Chris, and thanks for jumping in, and thank you for jumping in, and thanks for going. Have a good raid, mate. I hope you do well. Sorry, I'm just bloody captured by this cinematic. Oh yeah, so they all got frozen, obviously. Cool.
So he locked us away. Forgot we even existed. It would have been kinder to simply destroy us.
I am sorry, my young friend. We had to know the truth. But do not despair. I now believe that Neltharion locked you away.
That's my
because
dog
of what
barking
you
at something.
might become.
What we might achieve, free of his control.
Grab handy notes. The handy notes dragon glyphs. Is that an add-on, Jeff?
This world has much to offer, and you will have a part to play in the events to come.
Man, this is
You
cool.
spoke of an ancient enemy's return. It is Razageth and the Primalists.
And the Primalists.
That is why we were awakened.
It seems that Neltharion yet had a purpose for you, but he is gone. You must decide which path you will take,
Okay, I will, mate. Thanks.
which story
I
you
will.
tell.
My story
Actually, just let me write that down.
will be my own.
Story will be my own. Oh, yeah. Handy notes, dragon glyphs. Okay, that was a really cool cinematic. That was handy notes. That was actually wow. Okay, cool. I'm sitting down.
I am ready to serve. Fair skies and strong winds.
Right, alright.
We will find our fate.
Those
Serve with
plans and
honor.
intentions. Review the plans with various members of
Fair
Raytheon's
skies and
forces.
strong winds.
We meet again, champion. The
Sharp
Black
practice.
Dragonflight will be redeemed. Every action.
Just the
has
skills,
consequences.
righto. Do those. I'm not going to put you through all this leveling.
Years of searching.
We'll
and
do
there
about another half
stands
hour or so.
My legacy.
Tell me of your travels.
Tell me of your troubles. Hey, mate, what are you doing here?
Once you've
Slow
finished your
down.
assessment, we'll begin the assault.
Jade Serpent guide you.
Next one is
Okay,
on me.
mate. Reviewing the battle plans. I hope they've got a good reconnaissance plan in place.
Fow is right. The plan is sound,
Okay.
but I fear we
Plan
lack
is
the
sound.
forces to execute it
Oh, get
successfully.
that flight path. Have we got a flight? Can't get it yet. Righto, okay. Tell me about weapons in the Citadel. Thank
Some
you
of
for
those
the
crafted
information.
weapons
Right.
have surely fallen into Jarden hands. They can be used against us.
I'll just quickly have to remember always to repair. Don't want to be stuck in that bloody... what happened again? No, I don't need that, do I? Not really, no. Oh, and make a guild. Okay. Angvar, jumping on, just wanting waiting on update. I'll finger you a friend request and we can possibly do stuff as needed. Just ding 70 and done some dungeons already. No worries, Angvar. Thanks, mate. And make a guild. Yes, Jeff, I know. We have to make a guild. Yes. Now that you're in Discord, we'll make a guild. All right. Yeah, so I'm just... Yeah, I won't... Yeah, we'll do this... I'll do this for a little bit and then we'll give it, we'll finish up in a couple, when I've done a couple of hours or something. Not of this, I mean in total. So where am I going? He's upstairs.
It is an honor to be in the presence of such an esteemed ally of the
Hello,
Black Prince.
the Black Prince. Okay, cool.
May the
What
waters
research
protect
found?
you.
Well, she's actually going to go off and do something. Righto, cool.
The walls of the
Yeah,
obsidian
don't miss an opportunity to
Citadel
get the
have
glyphs
stood
per
strong
zone
for
and definitely get
thousands of
the
years.
handy notes glyph locations. I will do that. I'll definitely do that.
With that
Handy
kind of
notes glyph
strength,
locations.
there
Handy,
is no
actually, what
way-
I'll do... Let me quickly bring it up. I'm just in Google, just typing it quickly. Handy notes glyphs Dragonflight, just so I know to pick it up when I finish. Awesome. Thanks, guys. An awesome
If
one.
the
Yeah.
walls of the Citadel are built to withstand the Jarden, they'll surely prove a challenge for us as well. This will only aid the Jarden in defending there.
Rightio. Talon Stalker. What are we at? Number 2. Righto. Okay. Oh, we got to test these guys, haven't we? That's right.
Glory to the Sindori.
I'm here to
Stay
test
the
your combat
I
skills.
can't attack that.
Bloody, up in Shadowlands. Is it? I yield. You've taught me much. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. That's because everybody here's taught me much. I'm still looking at my Heckley. And I still have to look down at my keys. I'm getting there, though. I'm getting there. How many of those guys? I've got to test 8 of them. Oh, there's a heap of them over here. Might as well knock this out.
Target.
I'd rather be fighting than talking.
I'd rather be fighting than talking. Alright then, let's go. I'm trying not to look at my keys. No, that's not it. F2, that one I can do. That's 4. Stories of your skill are not exaggerated. Well, they are a little bit exaggerated.
What now? Our time will come.
I accept this challenge. So you bloody should too. 4. Okay, see, I was trying to loot him then. Oh, there's another one of those. Oh, we might do that as well.
Patience.
the thingos. Time for Smooze, time for raid. Enjoy yourself, JR. Thanks, mate. Have a good one and have a good raid. I hope you do well. And yes, I know that raids are like a serious business, so enjoy it, and I hope you do well. Thank you very much for jumping in. I really appreciate it. I should really heal myself, shouldn't I? 5 of 8. Maybe I should heal myself. I keep forgetting to do that. Right, what's this guy? Right, you'll do.
A new future.
Well, I got my wings up, I might as well, hey? 6, 2 more to go.
I need a target.
We will.
Might as well pick on these two.
Shorel Aran.
Shorel Aran. Champion. It is an honor. Thanks, mate. I appreciate that. What's going on there, Tab?
I need a target.
Good day to you.
Look at this. Good day to you. Cool Terran, obviously. Just wandered off through the rock there. That's cool. What a cool skill. I tried to interrupt that, but I couldn't. Come on, come on, come on, come on. There we go. That's more like it. Righto. Okay. We'll go off and we'll just check this last thing, and then I'll go hand this in, and then we'll go do the spinny thing around. We'll do the you know what I mean. We'll do the fly around.
I heard rumors you were here.
Oh, hello. Talon Stalker Caviar.
I've been keeping an eye out. It is best you see the size of their defensive force
Defensive
for yourself.
force for yourself. Okay.
So many. We do not have the forces to break through those defenses.
Blimey. Look at this lot. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock, you don't have the forces. I wonder if that's going to be, what's that going to be, a big dungeon or a raid later on, probably. Righto, we'll hand this in, and then we'll go do a racy thing.
Do you trust me? Never let your guard down. Azeroth faces many.
Dragon Accord reputation.
I will consider your advice.
Thanks, mate. Where's he going now?
I value your
I'll just pick up the next quest.
Our forces are few in number.
What'd you walk over there to say that for?
Forget, we also have myself. I am an incalculable advantage, and I will not be denied my legacy. Speak your mind. Learn from the past. Look to the future.
And no time for heroes.
Talon,
okay.
the moment we have prepared for is at hand. To the Obsidian Citadel.
Maybe we should do that, hey? Let's do that. Let's do that. Talon's free.
The Charadin will fall before us, and the Citadel will be ours.
So much confidence, but the numbers do not lie. I fear the worst.
Oh, come on. There we go.
Be careful, champion.
What the?
And won't hesitate to turn you to ash.
What the hell happened there? I didn't even realise. I didn't even realise that I was on my dragon, and I hit spacebar, and now I'm stuck. Right, okay. Cherry bomb. Am I supposed to be doing this from the back of my dragon? I don't think so. Oh no, there's a few people. There we go. Come on. Some other people there. Stewie. G'day, Stewie. I'm not paying attention. I should be paying attention. Don't stand in the swirly stuff.
And
Okay. Right. Did we destroy this thing? No, we didn't do that yet. Okay, we do that. Right. Righto, okay, I see what's going on. Righto, righto. So what did that achieve? Toss a small bomb, stunning the enemy for 4 seconds and signaling black talent assassins to assist in eliminating the target. Okay, righto. That's for these big guys, obviously, for the elites. They're all elites, great. No, he's not. Sorry, my bad. Oh, look at that interrupt. I did that. Thanks to you, I did a cue. I cued it. I cued that interrupt. Did you see that? That one too. I missed it. Four, 2, 4. All right. Quick heal. Maybe a couple. Maybe a couple. What do we got over here? We'll get this guy and then we'll get the thing. 20%. Actually, we should follow. We should go for the... We'll do number 1. No time for heroes, eh? And I forgot to pick up my loot, which I almost never do. Righto. I'll head over here and burn this thing. The Jajaran banner. Ugh. How close do I have to be? Right. Ophis the Molten. Okay, of course he's one of the ones I've got to kill, eh? Ugh. Right, let's give it a try. Oh man, just ran over me. This bloody bloke's no help. Supposed to be helping me, he's no help at all. Get a move on. I'm dying here. Oh, get out the swirly stuff. Oh, okay. Actually, he was a big help. Oh, and Katesh, that person there, was probably a big help as well. Alright, well, who's next? Up here, is he? Right. Oh, what's that? Hang on. What are we getting? What are we doing? Righto. Who's next? Murdark Flame Spit. Okay, we'll take this guy out as well. Eight, that's still pretty far away, but missed his cast bar too. Come on, down you go. Okay, cool. I just gotta get out of this bloody thing now. Heal. Righto, heals. Righto. Where's this other guy's all the way up here? It's funny, I'm still used to hitting for my charger, eh? We'll go and take him out, eh? If I can get to him. Whoopsie. Watch out for the swirly stuff. Knock a couple of these things out while we're down here. Oh, I didn't see that bloke. Should have watched for that. Oh, great. Another one. I'm trying to get get my key key bindings going. Oh, don't stand in the fire. Right over, so the big fella's up here, eh? How do we get to him? How do we get to this other bloke? Oh, righto. Let's see, we obviously got to go around here, eh? Okay. Oh, up there he is. I've got to go through this guy first. Don't stand in swirly stuff. Need some help with this guy, obviously. He's going to crush me to embers, apparently. F1 him too, actually. We'll use wings while we're here. Missed the cast again on that one. Interrupt. Got him.
My flame flickers.
Okay. Right, what do we got? 72. So, okay. Just need to go and knock a couple more of these things on the head. He'll do.
Out of range.
First, whoop, no, whoop, 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 whoop. Quicker help. I might as well call that guy over. Don't stand in swirly stuff. Come on, come on, come on. I don't hit an interrupt. I was hitting Q then for some reason. Right, okay. Where are we? 82%. Righto. Almost there. Run up here and do a couple. Get rid of a couple of these guys, and that should get us there.
I don't have a target. I need to get
Oh, we're just trying to interrupt. Whoops, he's not close enough. Oh, I've got the wrong target. I just... Ah, come on, idiot. Oh, man, see, still sometimes, eh? Sometimes. Bloody hell, man. Sometimes, still. So let me check something. Sorry, I'm just checking that I'm still going out okay. Where am I? There I am. Got that handy notes thing up. Awesome. Alright, cool. Okay, we'll knock this over and then it's probably going to be dinner time for me. Where are we? Okay, 91. Come down to me. 5, 4, 3. Righto. 96. Almost there. Righto, there we go. Now we'll go and fly over to them guys. Oh, I could have just ran around the corner. But it is Dragonflight, right? It is Dragonflight. Where are we?
Is there
There
something
he is.
you wish to discuss?
The Black Prince.
The Black Dragonflight will be redeemed.
Still not there yet. Okay.
Until next time.
Gain control of the Obsidian Citadel.
On your
Okay,
signal,
righto.
champion.
We're doing it, eh? We're doing it. Righto, let's do it. I'm ready to begin the assault. Righto. What are we doing? We're in there, eh? Yep, that's it. Let's do it. Oh, no, hang on. Whoop. It's, hang on. Just let this cinematic finish and I'll get it for you, mate. Just give us a sec, Angavar. It's Grungle1, Grungle1. But my battle tag's like #13 something. I can't remember. Okay, so I'm not doing anything at the moment. I'm just standing here watching all this go down. Okay, they're all running away. What's going on here?
Who are you?
Was it the dude?
Sibelian, heir of Neltharion. And you are?
Rathian, heir of Neltharion. And I've never heard of you.
Oh, here we go. Another fella.
Eyes.
We'll discuss this
Alright,
later.
here we go. We'll discuss this later. I'll just get it, mate. Hang on a sec. It's Grungel1, so it's GRUNGLE1, and then it's #1300 is my battle tag, if that'll work. Yeah, it's can I copy that? Click to copy, there we go. Yep. That's my battle tag. Okay, awesome. Alright, what are we doing here? So we got to Obsidian Citadel entered. Okay, so that's what we have to do. So I've entered the Citadel. 0 of 12. Right. 0 of 12. Don't stand in the swirly stuff. See me intercept that guy? I intercepted him, yay! I think I did anyway. Righto. Is that 2 of 12, of course? Yeah, I'm definitely getting used to these new keybinds. That would probably be you. Electric Eye. Is that you? No, hang on. Oh, yeah. Angvar dash hashtag 6555. Gotcha. Angvar. Gotcha. I just accepted. Thanks, mate. And thanks for being in the stream. I appreciate it. Because I'm only a small streamer, as you know. Oh, hang on. We've got a whole nother friggin' quest over here. Righto.
You stand before the Black Prince.
Taking the walls. Eliminate the 3 siege arbalists and champion Churuk. Okay, and then we might
look to the future.
we might call it there, eh? That's a couple of hours. Righto. So we'll do these 2, and then we'll go back to the. Oh, Angavar sent me a. Hey, who is that person, and how did they find out what my battle tag is? Oh, I'm getting all in caps too. Thank, mate. Thanks, mate. Thanks. Mate. Cool, thanks, mate. F3, not F2, idiot. Okay, 4 of. I can't yet because it's on cooldown. New friend request 2. Give me a second. Who are these people and where are they? What is going on here? I've got a new friend request. Jethro, hashtag 1259. Jethro, thank you. Jethro has come online. Cool. This is cool. This is awesome. Thanks, guys. Okay, I'll keep plodding along with. No, these guys.
I need
right.
to get closer.
Of course, I need to get closer, idiot. He's got a pet too, has he? Right. Get a bit of that consecration up, yeah, on your pet. Spend a bit of holy power there. Cool. 6 of. Oh, but me. Oh, here comes his mate. Let's stand in the swirly stuff. Oh my god, where have you been all my life? What do we got? 8. See one of the... Yep, okay.
It's too far away.
Hey, what? Supposed to be not. Right. 5, 2. Whoops. Get out of that. F5. Had to look down for that one. F3. Come on. Wake of Ashes. It's one of your big ones. Idiot.
I need a target.
Okay, right. That was just gold. 9, 10, 11, 12. We've got 3 more to do, and then we'll go up and do these ones, and then we'll probably call it a day.
I need to get closer.
I need to get closer. Yes, of course you do need to get closer. What's going on here, and how do I get up there? Jumping isn't work. Jumping. What is this thing? Seared Defender's Blade. Okay, righto. We'll give that a crack. Every time we got him. Wake of Ashes. 2 more. I'm really glad I put the... I never used to like enemy nameplates, but now I love them. Especially for seeing who you targeted. Don't stand in swirly stuff. Righto, 1 more of them. I'll wait over here a bit. Get a bit of swingy sword up, yeah. Stand in a circle. It's like a mantra, isn't it? Don't stand in the swirly stuff. What's oh, heals. Righto, that's them done. And some heals. We need some heals. See how they haven't got an R makes it heaps easier, right? Righto. Okay, we'll go and hand this one in. And I guess we got to jump on him, do we, to go up to the assist Raytheon. Okay, righto. The courage of one's convictions.
We meet again,
And I am now ready to assist you. Righto, what are we going to do here?
I know not from where you hail, friend, but I cannot fault such a timely arrival.
Okay.
Outlander.
Oh, that was you, Jeff. Gotcha, mate. Thanks, mate.
Expecting to defeat this entire army on your own, little brother. A bold move.
Okay. What am I doing now? Taking these... I'm going to take these things out. Yep, righto. Okay. Watch out for these things. Obviously. Oh, of course. This guy's running up to get me. Oh, there's a couple of guys up here. Cool. Come on, mate. Yeah, bloody oath. Let's go. F3. Wake of Ashes. Yes. Right here. Where's the next one's along here? Is it down? It's obviously down, is it? Right. Down? Yeah, it must be. No. Yes. No, it's not down there. No, I don't know what I'm doing. No, I don't think it's there, mate. He's following me. I don't know where I'm going. Christ. Oh, here we go. We've got to go to the next dude. Right. Okay.
You underestimate me. Perhaps you've been too long away?
Been too long away.
Perhaps you bear more of our father's stubbornness than even you realize.
Righto. So we're going to do 3 of these.
I don't have a target.
Come over here and take them out both. I hit the right button then? Yeah, I think so. F5. Go back and... Where's he now? There he is. Rightio. I think my herd is still all the way back at the start too. Wing Rest Embassy, yeah. Look at that. I could go to my garrison or Dalaran. I wonder what is happening in my old garrison. They're all just chilling. I'll have a bulging cache of resources and all that sort of stuff. Oh, we've got a couple there. Oh, come on, build it up, idiot. Don't get it straight away. Alright. Now, Champion Choruk. You ready? Knocks you over. Yeah! Yeah, more swirly stuff. I've got a few people in, thank God, because I would have never been able to do it myself because I'm standing in the flames. Shit. Come on, what are you doing, idiot? Cast something. For God's sake. Thank God there were people there to help me. Where we go? Down here now. Right, meet with Raytheon. Okay. And then we'll earth back and that'll probably do me. Because I'm getting a wee bit hungry. Okay.
Do you trust me?
Well done. His forces will hold off while I activate the Oath Stone to restore power. Locate the Obsidian Oath Stone. Maybe we might do that. We'll do this one as well. Okay. Alright, we'll do this one as well. Can we fly there? Yeah, we might fly there, eh? Just gotta watch out we don't get... Right.
I have been expecting you.
Oh shit, I don't have the Oath Stone, do I? Where do I have to get the Oath Stone from? What's going on here? Speak with Raytheon at the Oath Stone. Okay. Is that the Oath Stone? Oh, I see. Right. Sorry. My bad. Must be activated. Okay. Let's activate it.
Something is wrong here.
Oath Stone examined.
The stone is cracked?
Stone is cracked. No good.
Father broke his oath, and with that the stone broke as well.
This isn't too good, is it? Bloody hell.
We must...
Right, okay.
You stand before the Black Prince.
I know I do, you say that a lot. Right, here we go. Obsidian Forge Master. Recover 12 Oath Stone fragments. Okay, we won't be doing that.
Perhaps they have taken the fragments. I shall assist you in the search.
I shall assist you in the search. Not right now, you won't. I can always fly back here. I'll just make sure there's a flight path.
I would like to accompany you as well. My knowledge of this citadel could be of much use.
Alright. We'll jump out. So, thanks for coming along with me on that little leveling run there. Okay, where did I can't remember. I think I'm way right back at the start. Am I? Yeah, yeah, Wing Rest Embassy. Yeah, I thought so. All right, he can stay in there. Okay. I'll bring you guys back across now to here. Professional as always. And awesome, guys. Thank you very much. So, yeah, that's coming up to just over 2 hours. So I think we might do it there, eh? So I can have something to eat. And, yeah, thanks very much for jumping in. I appreciate everybody who jumped in and did all the comments and stuff like that. I mean, hung around for a little bit of a run there through the Dragon Isles. Nothing super exciting, I know, but that's cinematic. That was pretty cool, actually. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. Yeah, and I hope you're all enjoying it too. So we'll call that one there, and I'll... what's today? Wednesday. So we might do a stream Saturday or Sunday. I'll throw it up in Discord, and I'll try and get some other content on WoW in between time. And yeah, thank you so much for watching and jumping in and being engaging in the chat. I say it all the time, but just to remind you that I'm sort of guided by you guys in the chat there and where we want to go and what we want to talk about. Which I find that much more engaging than me trying to force a topic on you and things like that, you know, because I always say you're supposed to have a topic and all that, but I tend to just let it flow. So yeah, no worries, Jeff. Thanks, mate, and good stuff to you too. And I will see you all later on. Thanks very much for watching, and remember, as always, duty first.